August 27th, 2019. Well, I was walking by the tomatoes here and looking at the Holy Basil in bloom here. I was actually assessing ripe tomatoes, of which there are many, many, many coming on again. I was realizing I only harvested a couple days ago and I have to harvest again. They're really producing heavily. But I was actually looking at the honeybee activity here in the Holy Basil, and I was just watching a video, I think it was on Frederick Dunn's channel, talking about honeybees and their pollen and nectar collection. And apparently they stick the pollen to their pollen sacs, their carrying sacs, by using the nectar as a sort of a wetting agent. So one of the things he mentioned is that honeybees will only visit one particular type of flower at a time, and then they take that back to the hive, and then they may switch to something else, but they won't go visit multiple different types of flowers. They'll go from the same flower type from one to another. And so I was out here looking at all this honeybee activity in here on the Holy Basil, which is just wonderful to see. That means they're putting away one of the most medicinal plants, pollen and nectar, into the hive in the form of honey, which means I'm going to have access to some of that medicine in a concentrated honey form, which is awesome. Anyway, I was noticing the color of their pollen sacs out here. Man, there are a ton of honeybees in here too today. This is awesome. And I just wanted to capture one of these little ladies, and we'll take a look. The pollen sacs, if you can see those, I don't know if you can see those very well. I'm trying to get a zoom shot here. If you look how deep red or purple or orange, whatever color that is, hard to tell at the speed they're moving. But I'm going to try and capture one and put her in a plastic bag here, and we'll just take a look at her quick. Okay, I got one here. She's incredibly, incredibly mad that I've captured her. But look at, I'm going to let her go pretty quickly here. I don't want to tick her off for very long. But look at the color of the pollen sacs on her, coming off of that Holy Basil. I think that is amazing. Anyway, I just thought I would share, really enjoying paying close attention to the honeybees and the pollinators this year. Let me turn this poor girl loose. There you go. Yeah, so really enjoying paying close attention to the pollinators this year. And I've been watching this Holy Basil, and a lot of the days I've only seen a few bumblebees, a few wild pollinators, and an occasional honeybee. But today they are really in here strong, and I'm very glad to see that. I wasn't sure if we were going to get a whole lot of Holy Basil pollen and nectar into our honey mix, but we are, so that's excellent to see. I'm really looking forward to this buckwheat going into flower, and seeing how they work that. Although at the moment they're not working the other buckwheat that's in flower very hard. I guess we'll just go take a look at that quick before I close this video out. Alright, so here we are with the first buckwheat planting. I've been checking this every day. We've had these flowers have been open for I don't know, at least 4 or 5 days now, maybe as much as a week. And so far I've seen bumblebees and a few wild pollinators, but not a lot of activity. And in fact, I'm seeing more activity today than I have all the previous days. But still no honeybees in here. I don't think I've seen a single honeybee in this yet. My guess is they're going after the wild resources that are more diverse, or better nutrient profile, or have better medicinal or health value, and that the buckwheat would be a secondary choice for them. But you know, we'll see as the what's in flower shifts around into the fall. These other buckwheat will be flowering out later into the season, and we'll see if as the goldenrod starts to fall off, if they switch over to that. I'll just zoom you out here, over here. That is all goldenrod, and it is just opening up now. And I'm seeing all kinds of pollinators in that also. I'll have to do a tour on that another afternoon. I don't have the time today, but they're all over that, and that's just starting to flower, so that's just going to be full tilt in the next week or 2 or 3. And then by then, this other buckwheat will be starting to flower out, and we'll see if as that starts to fade, maybe they'll switch to this, or maybe they'll find something else in the wild. I don't know. Anyway, just thought I would do a quick update. I really like paying close attention to pollinators, and more so now that I have my own pollinator colonies to watch and interact with. Hope you found this interesting or informative. If you have any questions or comments, please do so down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.